Hi, Melissa Mann here. I wanted to take a minute today and talk to you about the law of attraction. So, this is something you might be familiar with, or something that you've just sort of heard a little bit about and just aren't super familiar with. So, basically, what the law of attraction is a law of the universe that says like attracts like. So, anything that you are experiencing, thinking, feeling, saying out loud is what you are attracting to you. So we're all vibrational beings and we all have a vibration. So when we are feeling down and crappy and thinking negative thoughts, that's what we're attracting to us. It's like if you're having a really crappy day and one bad thing happens and then you're like, nothing goes right for me. And then something else happens and gosh, only me. Why does everything bad happen to me? And then something else happens. It's why we have bad days instead of bad moments. But on the same time, when we have something, we can also change our thought patterns to think, oh, well, it's no big deal. I'm sure something good will happen next. And to have a totally different perspective about it, where we have a completely different experience. So, from Jerry and Esther Hicks, they've channeled this spirit who they refer to, or who I guess they refer to themselves Abraham. And Abraham is really a collective group of, I guess, spirits. It's kind of hard to explain, that have given some insight into the law of attraction. And if you've ever read The Secret or any of those series, there's a lot in there too. There's so many books and videos and What to Believe Down the Rabbit Hole. There's just so many things out there right now that talk about the law of attraction. And those are things that came out a long time ago, actually. They've just been around, and there's more and more momentum building around this and more proof for it. I think it's something that came into sort of like fad world at one point, and then people kind of forgot about it. But the same law still holds true. So they say that the reason you haven't already gotten what you desire is because you're holding yourself in a vibrational holding pattern that doesn't match the vibration of what it is that you desire. So that when you're consciously aware of your own thoughts and you're offering them up to the universe, but you are the deliberate creator of your reality. But when you're not aware of your own thoughts, then you're not taking on that responsibility. And reality is being created anyways. You're creating your reality, whether you're aware of it or not. So if you're doing something to think positive thoughts, and it's not as simple as, just think good thoughts, really, all the time, and when you catch yourself, you have this negative thought of, I can never do anything right. I can't ever cook well. I can't ever, I kill every plant I get. I'm looking at the plants here with me, right? But then you have more of that, and the universe says, your wish is my command, right? So whatever you do, whatever you say, whatever you think is what comes back to you. But when you change that and have a positive attitude, think positive things, feel good things. It's not enough to say, things work out for me every day, and to not feel that in your body. When you feel them, when you have a thought, have a purposeful affirmation, a thought, and allow your body to feel it as truth, that excitement of it that comes in your chest, that just general happy, upbeat feeling, that's when things actually come into reality for you, the positive things. So my favorite example of the law of attraction, which is sort of an unfortunate thing, is when in the last election, in the 2016 election, we had one candidate that everybody was talking about, right? And even though everybody was talking really negatively, there was a lot of talk. And the universe doesn't hear no. Subconscious mind doesn't hear no, not, don't. All it hears is what you're vibrating at. So when we're all talking about, we don't want Donald Trump to be the president, but everybody was talking about it. I had this epiphany like 2 days before the election, and I was like, oh my God, he's going to win. And it was based on that. I was like, it was genius because everybody was so busy talking about what they didn't want. Nobody was talking about what they did want. Everybody was so busy talking about what they didn't want that it met that vibration and it actually happened, right? And so when we think about what we want, we have to focus on what is the thing that we actually want to happen in our lives, not the thing that we don't want to happen. Does that make sense? So let me see what else I got here. So you can feel whether you're allowing for full connection to source energy, whether you're, source, spirit, God, universe, whatever you want to think of it as. You feel it when you're feeling heavy, when you're feeling like bogged down, when you feel overwhelmed. You're not vibrating at that same frequency as source. But when you feel light, when you feel happy, when you feel joy, that's when you're vibrating at that frequency. So if you look inside yourself, am I vibrating at the frequency that I want to be? And if not, what can I do about that? What can I do to change that? So if there's something in your world that you're desiring and you currently don't have, all you have to do is put your attention on that thing and as though you already have it. So by the law of attraction, it will come to you. If you offer that vibration of that thing, then it has no choice but to come to you. And that indeed is the law of attraction. So the easiest way to achieve vibrational harmony is to imagine that you have that thing. Imagine that you already have it in your experience and flow your thoughts towards the enjoyment of the experience. And as you practice this, your thoughts begin to consistently offer that vibration up. And then you will be in the place of allowing that into your experience rather than blocking it. So often what we don't realize is that we're actually blocking the things that we want from our experience. We may think, I want money, I want this new couch, I want a relationship, I want a new job, I want to experience joy in what I do every day. But we're the ones in our own way when often we say I want, and want actually means to lack. So the more we say I want, what we're really doing is saying I lack. And the vibration of that is met at the same place of, yes, you lack, here's some more lack, right? Does that make sense? So instead, it's I desire this, I will have this, what are the infinite possibilities that I might make $1 million? What are the infinite possibilities that I might have a day-to-day work experience that brings me joy? And what else can I create in my life to bring that to me so that I am at the same vibration as that thing? What else did I want to say about that? So when we talk about the law of attraction, something that's really important is feeling blessed and expecting good things to flow to us. And that indicates your level of allowing. So when you're not expecting good things, when you say something bad always happens to me, then guess what? Something bad will always happen to you. But when you expect that good things come into your life, then they do. So I know a man who tells me every time I see him, I'm so lucky. Let me tell you how lucky I am. And he'll tell me all these examples of how lucky he is, how this, thing just fell in his path, this opportunity just came to him, and he will tell me, I'm so lucky. See, I told you I'm so lucky. And he is. But he's bringing that to himself. It isn't as though he's just, one of the lucky ones. No, he's actually had some hardships in his life and everything else, but he's decided that he is lucky and that things work out for him, and so they do. And that's such a great example of how to bring anything, luck or anything else, into your life. I think the most important thing to realize is that your life that you're living right now is a reflection of all of your past thoughts and all of the past vibrations you've been at. And now you have this amazing choice to choose to do something different, to have new thoughts, to have new creations, to decide that you are creating your life, and accept that rather than fight it, because it doesn't matter if you fight it or accept it, either way it's happening. So when you accept that you are indeed creating your life, then you allow all the things that you actually want to create by bringing them to fruition, by being excited about them, by feeling their vibration, and by matching that of feeling grateful, of feeling blessed, of feeling excitement and joy. And the more of that that you bring to your life, the more the universe will rise to meet you there. Does that make sense? So that's, I think, my thoughts on the law of attraction today. I feel like there's so much, and I don't want to be uber redundant, but if you haven't read The Secret, if you haven't read Ask and It Is Given, or any of Jerry and Esther Hicks stuff, there's so much on the law of attraction out there. Any of Louise Hay's stuff, I really encourage you to read it and accept it. Whether you believe it or not, it's the truth. And you can start to look for examples in your life where when you're feeling crappy, how more of that just feels piled on. But when you're like, no, I feel fantastic, I'm going to have a great day. But you feel it. You can't just say, you have to feel it. That is indeed what happens around you. Does that make sense? So I hope that that was helpful for you today. If you have questions, if you want to ask me more questions about it, if you want to comment, let me know, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.